September flew by in a pretty uneventful way. I succumbed to the trends of decorating for the season, with the odd pumpkin finding its way into our home here and there. I'm Grace, and my husband of 4 years is Oliver, but mostly these days we are known as Mama and Dada by our little boys, Elliot, who is 2 years old, and Jasper, who is 1. September's usual unwillingness to let go of summer was definitely clear at the start of the month, but as we marched forwards into October, you could feel the days and nights slowly ebbing into autumn once and for all. Our wardrobes have now properly transitioned into autumn wear, with jumpers, jackets and berry tones making their way as a staple uniform of each day. But most of all, we are beginning to finally see those beautiful colours all around us start to change. And although some days can feel uneventful, it certainly wasn't an uneventful time for the British people in general. Losing our Queen, who we only so recently celebrated this year, was a great loss for many, and it made me realise that once again such huge historical events have happened whilst my children are so young. Today we have a bit of everything in this vlog, from a morning on the farm to an afternoon in the city. Hope you enjoy the vlog. We're in London, first time in 4 years. On the day of the London Marathon, we took a train up into the city to go and cheer the runners on for a few hours. It was our first day away from the children. We've had a few date nights, but this was our first day away and our first time in London for 4 years, which is crazy to believe it's been that long. Even though we only live like commuting distance from the city, obviously we've been a bit busy, but where we don't go to London very often, it's always quite an exciting, exhilarating day out for me, because we get to enjoy the touristy parts of seeing London from a non-Londoner's perspective, I guess. So yeah, Oliver wanted to take his camera to do a bit of photography. We had an honest burger. first. Put Jasper down. Many drugs. Oh yeah, oh god, don't show that. Huh? Right, sit on the bench. Yeah. It's a hot sausage roll. Got to check that it's not too hot. We'll check that bit out.
Sausage roll.
Wait.
Jasper?
Hang on.
Bit of pastry. Jasper?
Put that in your mouth. Blow it, that's a hot bit.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to die.
There you go. It's not right.
You got a bit of Jasper?
It is.
Jasper?
Jasper's not looking
Jasper?
right. Oh. I realised I haven't spoken to the vlog properly yet. This is becoming a regular theme at the minute, isn't it, with these new style of vlogs. But they just seem a little bit more creative to me, and that is why I started YouTube, because I enjoy the kind of storytelling part of it. But I also want to keep them like vlogs and casual-ish, and just thought I would chat to you about what's been going on. Excuse the state of me. My acne is really bad at the minute. I'm not sure what is going on. Been a little bit stressed this week, but yeah, it's horrible at the minute. I'm trying to not let it get to me, but I feel quite insecure about it today. It's actually better for me to put makeup on because obviously you feel better about yourself, and then I don't end up touching my face all day, which is what I've been doing today, just where I feel like really insecure about how I look, which isn't really like me because I just get on with it usually, but I really don't know what to do. It's obviously my PCOS now that like I'm finished breastfeeding. This is the new normal apparently, me having bad acne. So it's like, do I go back on birth control so that my skin's a bit better? But I don't really want to take hormonal tablets the rest of my life, so I don't know what to do. Anyway, you haven't come here for my pep talk about my acne. What have we been up to? So you've obviously seen we had our date in London a few weeks ago. We went to a farm. Leah is really big on The Lion King. Like, it's come out of nowhere. We've got Disney Plus now, and The Lion King was one of the first things that we put on for him, and he's just gone like overnight obsessed with it. We have to play the songs on our boats, like when we're washing up in the evening. He's like, dance, and he says Roar King. He's like, I'll try and get it on film later. So it's Lion King, and he sings along to Disney, and it's just so freaking cute. Jasper's enjoying it, but like obviously he's only one, so it's not as easy for him to follow along. Jasper had a really tough leap recently. I also think he's teething, but he's a lot happier because he was quite clingy for a few weeks. Like, just couldn't even get the washing up done. He was clinging to my legs, but I think he's a little bit happier now. Yeah, we've just been trying to get out as much as we can, really. We went for a lovely autumn walk the other day into some fields. The light was beautiful. It was like 3 or 4 p.m. and it was sort of the sun was obviously quite low, and it was like glowing on the trees. And I really do love this time of year because it's so, like, the colours are so beautiful. But I also find it quite tough. I'm not sure why. I think that it is probably the time of year that I struggle the most, like mentally. And I am like I'd like to think I'm quite a strong person, but if I'm gonna have any wobbles, it's probably around this time of year. I'm not sure if it's got to do with like a lot of things in the past have happened in autumn, like big emotional things, and it always makes me remember them. Like my granddad went into hospital in the autumn, and then he like passed away, like he was ill all through the autumn. So I always think of him more, not that I don't think of him all year, but like obviously I think of my granddad quite a lot at this time of year, and there are other things as well. Although it's such a beautiful time, it also makes me think of sad times, so it's quite a poignant time of year for me sometimes, autumn. But I think that's why I've been feeling a little bit kind of like nostalgic and sad sometimes. I know this is a bit random, but I thought I would just keep it real and chat to you about what's been going on. So yeah, I think we're going to go for another walk out the weekend, take the boys out. I've also started my Christmas shopping, would you believe? It's quite early for me. Last year, with the 2 boys being really young, it was very last minute, it was very rushed, very stressful. The boys were obviously very young last year. Jasper wasn't even 6 months old. and I remember like wrapping loads of stuff like a couple of days before Christmas, and it was really stressful. So this year I vowed that I wanted to make it really enjoyable, so I'm sort of planning Christmas a little bit early. There's going to be a little bit of Christmas content this year. I'm not going to do vlogmas, but I will do some Christmas content. So I started Christmas shopping this week, and I also have started wrapping because I thought, you know what, I want it to be enjoyable this year. I don't want it to be a mad rush before Christmas. So I've actually started the shopping and the wrapping, and I feel so much more prepared and like I can feel festive and enjoy it, because where I've been feeling a little bit like overwhelmed this month, I was like, I think I'm trying to plan ahead so that I don't feel overwhelmed at Christmas. So yeah, I am really enjoying the season, as you will see, but it is quite a weird time of year for me. And it makes me think of my granddad, like I say, and it's so beautiful, but it also does, like within beauty we can feel quite sad, can't we? And it can remind us of sad times. I don't know if this makes any sense, but I just thought I would keep it real and include this little chat with you. And if we go out tomorrow, I'll try and include this in the vlog. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up if you've enjoyed it.